YouTube channel, and in today's video we're gonna do how to do foundation for beginners. Something you don't want in your foundation is you don't want it to look cakey, you don't want it to look ghost-like, and you don't want it to look too white. The basic is that you have to make it look like your skin and not somebody else's skin. Brushes make the application very easy and beginner friendly, so that's why if you're a beginner I would suggest you to go in with the brush. And after that, on top of it, just go in with a sponge to smooth out in case there's any problem. But usually I just go in with a brush and I'm fine with it. And it just makes it look very airbrushed. You can also use an airbrush, but that's definitely not for beginners. It's a whole task to use the airbrush onto your skin. So it's easier to do on other skin, but not your own skin. So brush or sponge is what I would recommend. A brush is very easy to use, so that's what I'm recommending for the beginners. So I'm going to be starting off with a clean face because that is which adheres your foundation to your skin. So just make sure that your face is very clean. I've just washed it with a face wash. Any regular face wash works. And just make sure that there's no oil, dirt or any sebum or any makeup. So in case you're wearing makeup before it and you'd like to reapply it, just make sure you're taking it off. And after that we are just gonna dry this and move in with our skincare, which is very important. So you have to start with your makeup. Just make sure you have a good layer of skincare underneath so that the makeup doesn't go into your pores and that ultimately causes pimples. So when you're starting with foundation, just make sure that the color of the foundation which you've chosen is perfect and it matches you and not somebody else. Put your foundation to your face because face is the place where you actually are going to be wearing it, or matches to maybe this side because this is similar to your face and the undertones are very much visible. Also, one more thing which you need to make sure that when you apply the foundation fresh, either go into a store, apply it fresh, walk into the mall for like an hour and come back and see how much it has oxidized so that you know how much it's going to oxidize on your own skin, and then you can choose the correct shade. And I'm going to be making a detailed video on how to choose the correct shade of foundation, so just make sure that you subscribe to my channel and tap the bell. Now moving on to the foundation application. Firstly, we're going to take the foundation which we need here. I'm taking the Maybelline Fit Me. This is in the shade 230 Natural Buff. I'm just going to take it out a little, and after that I'm going to dot it all over my face so that it spreads evenly. If you actually want to shade match it to your face, just make sure you take some foundation and you rub it in like so. And if it sort of disappears after maybe say 10-20 minutes, it's the best shade for you because it is going to oxidize a little bit, because fresh application is very different from when it actually is applied and set. Now since I have all the dots all over my face, I'm just going to take my brush and blend it. You can take a kabuki brush which looks something like this, or you can take a flat top brush, but blending I feel is better with this one. Also, there are no rules, you can use whatever works for you. You can even use your fingers, but fingers apply a little too much of product, which is not something we want. Now I personally like using a brush to blend it. Also make sure that your brush is very clean, otherwise you're just gonna end up with acne. So make sure you clean your brush after 3 to 4 applications, which is like once a week minimum or maximum even. And then this is a stippling brush, so what you have to do is that you have to go like this all over. But if you feel that the foundation is taking a little more time to blend, then you can just drag it a little. But I personally feel it blends better when I just drag it in circular motions. But the correct way to do it is that just stipple it. And this is the same motion which you do with your beauty sponge. Make sure you're getting into the corners of your nose and your forehead as well. Otherwise, it's gonna look like you're wearing a mask. So I like to go in 2 motions. One is this stippling motion, that's why this is called a stippling brush. But I also go in circular motion because it does the job and it blends also. If you're gonna apply a concealer, do not put this foundation over here, because concealer is gonna crease if you already have a layer underneath. So make sure if you're going for a concealer, do not apply foundation here, since I'm not going for a concealer. So I'll just put it all over my lids and under the eye as well, a little. And make sure when you're applying foundation, go onto your ears and to your neck as well with whatever is left onto your brush. I would not suggest applying more foundation over here because first thing, it might not match, and second, it might look like a cake and a layer, and it's gonna be very tough when you remove it. And neck is something which ages quickly, so I do not like to put a lot of product there. But if you would like to go for a function, and in that case I would suggest you to put it on the neck just a little, or maybe take whatever is left onto your brush and just blend it in. Now when your foundation is blended in, I personally like to go in with a beauty sponge so that it gives a very airbrush sort of an effect. Also with brush, if you're using the wrong brush, sometimes what happens is that you get some streaks over onto your skin. In case you do, we have a solution. We can just go in with a sponge and it would take off. If any excess product is there, it's going to take it off and it's going to provide a very airbrush sort of a finish. If you would like to see the review of the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, it's over here and you can watch it. Pimple is peeking through a little. I'm going to go in with a little product and I'm going to put it all over, and then I'm just gonna let it sit. Is a dry beauty blender and this is how small it is compared to my face, but now I'm just gonna wet it, put it in a bowl of water and squeeze the excess water so that it's damp and not wet. We are not going for a wet sponge, we are going for a damp sponge only, so make sure you're taking note of that. So what you can do is that you can put the beauty sponge into a bowl of water for 5 to 10 minutes and then squeeze it out and then put it again into the water for like 10 seconds and squeeze it out again. Do repeat this at least 5 times so that your sponge gets big, and this is how big it is. Now we are going with this sponge and we are going to blend it all over. Now what you have to do is you don't have to rub. With the brush or with the sponge, you have to go in with the same motion, and that has to be this tapping. It doesn't have to be this rubbing, otherwise you're just going to take your foundation off, and that's not what we are going for. We just have to even out what we just put, and if you're gonna go with a beauty sponge directly, it's gonna absorb a lot of your product. You might have to apply another layer, so I would not suggest you that. Also, if you're gonna apply this with a beauty sponge, it's gonna take much longer, so that's why I suggest brush, because it's quicker and it's even cleaner. Because brushes are very easy to clean and maintain, whereas beauty blenders are not so much. So these are easily available anywhere now. Just make sure that they are not very hard once they are dried, because if it's hard, it's not going to do the job perfectly. There are a lot of duplicates which you would find which would be very hard once they are dry, and they would not perform really well. These are very infamous and you can find these anywhere, online and offline. This is a medium coverage foundation. Currently, if I want, I can go in with another layer and it would give me a full coverage, but that's not what I'm going for currently, because I like medium coverage only. I like my skin to peek through. Also, if there are some problem areas like this pimple, which I hope you can see, you can just go in with more foundation and put it and then just blend it in. So we have applied this foundation, we have to set it in. So there are two options. One, you can go in with a compact powder, and second, you can go in with the translucent powder. I would suggest you to go in with the translucent powder, because what happens with a compact powder is that it already has a color, so it is gonna oxidize and it in turn is gonna look a little cakey. But if you have a compact powder, you can just take your sponge and take it with that and apply it. Out of my face, I'm going in with my beauty sponge and the translucent baking powder. Make sure you're not taking too much, otherwise it's gonna look cakey. With translucent powder, you can take a little too much, especially if you're baking, and it's summer, so you would have to bake, otherwise this might melt off. And on the other side of my makeup, I'm gonna seal it with a compact, and for that I'm taking this Maybelline compact, and I'm gonna take very little. If you're taking it with a sponge, it's gonna be an even application and it's not gonna end up looking cakey, because if you're gonna do this with a brush, it would look like a cake city. So just go in with tapping motion and make sure that it's very light application. So I've just taken it once and I haven't taken much, and I'm gonna seal it in. So this is what it looks like with a baking powder, and this is what it looks like with a compact powder. Also, compact powder oxidizes, so it might look a little cakey after some time. But since the baking powder is translucent and it's finely milled, the application and the after effects are very much better than the compact powder. So I would suggest you to go in with a translucent powder. If you don't have a translucent powder, you can go in with a baby powder. It's your choice what you want to go in with. Now we are going to do the trick which would seal this in, and your foundation is not going to move for at least 12 hours. Don't wear it for that long, obviously, but a quick tip for blending your foundation is that make sure that the lighting you're doing your makeup in is really good. Good lighting is equal to really good makeup, because you're going to be able to blend more and you're going to be properly see what is there on your face and how is it actually sitting. So the camera might not be picking it, but this side looks way better than this side because of the translucent powder. I don't think the camera is picking it up. Also, makeup looks like makeup, so just enjoy it and don't feel like what is it that you've put on your face. I would suggest you to go in with little product because it looks more natural, and even with this Maybelline foundation or the Rimmel foundation which I use, it looks very good onto the skin, especially when I go in with half a pump of quantity. Otherwise what happens is, if you take one pump, it definitely looks like you have something on your face, like it's a mask. But if you have very little, it's not gonna look like makeup and it's gonna stay put, and it really looks pretty. And it doesn't look like you have anything on your face. Just make sure that the blending is correct, and that's all that matters. Now we're going to be fixing this onto our face for at least 12 hours, or maybe even more than that if you would like to wear it. I'd like to do this especially for the parties and stuff, but it stays put and your foundation will not move after this. So either you can take a spray bottle and put some water onto your face, spray it, don't put it directly. For longer lasting, just make sure that you put 1/4 part of glycerin and 3/4 parts of water into a spray, mix it in, and then you can just spray it. What I'm using is a setting spray from Chronocare, and I'm just going to spray around 10 sprays, I think. Don't spray this onto your eyeshadow though. But since I don't have any eyeshadow, I'm going to spray it in and it's going to seal everything in. Now I'm just gonna try it out my fan, and that's it. So your foundation is gonna be sealed and it's gonna look very good once it dries. Concealing, highlighting and contouring, I'm gonna be making another video, so make sure you have subscribed to my channel. If you're an oily skin and this oil seeps through, especially in the T-zone, make sure that you're carrying a blotting paper or maybe a tissue paper. What you can do is that take the blotting paper, put it onto your face, and it's gonna soak all the oil and sebum which has been produced during like 3-4 hours. And after that you can just take your sponge and dab it onto your skin so that it gives very even finish. Also you can even carry your translucent powder and you can give it a good swirl with a brush and dust it very lightly onto your skin, and even in that case your foundation would last if you're extremely oily. Otherwise no oil is gonna seep through for like next 6 to 8 hours, and that depends from person to person also. So that's it for today's video. I hope you like it. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe to my channel and tap the bell next to it. And if you'd like to watch more, you can watch these videos, and make sure you're subscribing by clicking the red subscribe button below or over here on my face. So that's it. Toodles!